Shall we begin?
Why, it's Morse. I wasn't expecting to meet you here.
Would you shut up?
You've taken your vow so recently, your words still hang in the air, Patrick.
Please, Mors, you know the Lord Commander turns a blind eye to this sort of thing. Just look at the poor bugger.
Right here.
All of your fellow watchmen are dead. You know how it is. He needs to pick up his spirits.
I can speak for myself, Warner. Morse, would you care to join in our discussion? Let's go.
I don't know much about you, Patrick. I hear you used to be into smuggling.
I don't really want to talk about that, Morse.
Don't be shy, you're amongst brothers here. You've probably seen plenty of interesting things in your life. Tell us.
First of all, I was not a smuggler.
Weren't your crimes what led you to take the black?
Very well. If you really want to know, like half the men at the wall, I was once a farmer with fertile lands and a family. Then one day, I lost everything. I was out hunting for stag, and when I returned home, there was nothing but smouldering ruins. The wildlings were raiding along the coast, and it led them right to my home. My wife, she wasn't the type to let herself be pushed around by anyone. If you saw what they did to her,
7 hells. Every last one of those wildling monsters deserves to die.
all I had left was my warhammer. I found it while marching with the Starks during the rebellion. All I could do was take my boat and follow the scum across the Bay of Seals. Once I got to the other side of the wall, it was easier than I'd expected. They probably thought they were out of harm's way, and they were careless. They didn't even try to cover their tracks. When I finally caught up with them, it was dark out. The swine were getting drunk on what they'd stolen from me. So I waited for my moment. After a while, most of them could no longer stand. And that's when I went for them. First, I killed the watchman. But then one of their men saw me and cried out. It became a bloodbath. The drink had made them slow of foot and awkward. It made it easy for me. I don't know how long the killing lasted. When it was over, I was covered in blood, wounds, my clothes slashed to shreds. I said to myself, Pat, you're a dead man. Might as well let the cold take you. I let myself drift off. When I opened my eyes, I was in Castle Black. I had been picked up by rangers who'd discovered the camp. It took me a month to heal. In that time, I was accused of everything by the Brothers of the Night's Watch, smuggling, being a wildling, and I just couldn't convince otherwise. So, as soon as I was able to walk again, I was given the choice. Take the black or the noose.
You suffered an injustice, but you had the right of it to join us, brother. You have a new family now.
Incredible! I didn't know a killer like you was one of our recruits.
What about you, Walder? How did you get to the wall?
Let me think about it for a minute. Where to begin?
I think I know what you want to talk about.
Say nothing, Mors. You'll spoil the surprise. You see my necklace, Patrick? The High Septon gave it to me personally.
The Eye Septon? The head of the Faith of the Seven? You must be joking.
I swear it's true.
He's right, but I'm not sure you really want to hear the story.
On the contrary, I would like to hear it.
Very well. I had a simple, humble, and poor life, like you, Patrick. Much like any other peasant in the Seven Kingdoms, you might say. I had a wife, Shori. She was delicate and buxom, always smiling, a good woman. Never complained without good reason. She was devoted to the Seven and always ready to aid her neighbor. The best day in my life was the day she agreed to marry me. But all good things come to an end. She fell ill while with child. I sold everything to pay for her treatment. My livestock, my fields, and even my home. All that only to be sold false remedies by swindlers preying on my love. When I finally figured out what they were doing, I pounced on 2 of the filthy whoresons and gave them what they deserved. I beat them bloody and took my time over it, too.
You chose your destiny, as we did ours.
I wasn't expecting that from you, Walder. I'd mistaken you for a skilled thief.
It would have been better if I was. I probably wouldn't be here now. I spent 20 years of my life protecting this piece of ice. And unlike you, if I had to do it all again, I wouldn't.
So that's when they caught you?
No, let me finish. Shuri held out until the end of her pregnancy, so that the child could survive. She suffered more than I imagined possible. The day she went into labor, I was alone with her. Giving birth to our daughter was too much strain. It killed her. I buried her that same evening. I wanted a better life for my little girl, a different life. I swore by the Seven that she wouldn't end up like her mother, that she would only have the best. The following day, I left home carrying what was left of my possessions on my back, to baptize my little girl into the faith. I walked for more than 3 weeks, feeding my little girl as I could, and praying each day that she would survive. I eventually reached King's Landing. I knelt before the wondrous gold and crystal dome of the Great Sept. Once inside, an old Septon welcomed me. I told him my story. I confessed everything. He listened attentively. I cried on his shoulder, and he comforted me with soothing words. Afterwards, he took my daughter in for observation. He asked a servant to bring him some goat's milk, and that's when I understood. That old man wasn't just a Septon. He was the High Septon himself.
Really?
Yes. He said if I handed myself in to the king's justice, they would take care of my daughter. He would personally ensure that she'd have a good life.
And you gave yourself up? Just like that?
That's right. I gave them my little girl and handed myself over to the king's justice. When they brought me in, the High Septon personally gave me this necklace. For me, it represents my absolution.
Quite a story.
Yeah, I suppose so. But yours wasn't too bad either.
Each and every sworn brother has his tale to tell, and none of them are enviable.
What about you, Mors? Why did you come to the wall?
I can't talk now, Patrick. I have affairs to attend to. I must go. I'll turn a blind eye this time. But don't linger here too much longer.
We'll have another round and then we're off, I promise.
Jakie prawilne chłopaki, przyszli się tylko napić.
I prefer it like that.
Żur nagotowany.
Out of my kitchen. I've enough troubles without having to clean up after the likes of you. No, that's not how it's supposed to go.
So, lads, do any of you want to play
come into my castle with me? Don't be shy. My castle's big enough for all of you.
Well, well, if it isn't the great Morsa Westforda, hero of Castle Black, what can I do for you, handsome? Why don't you join me in my chambers, and I'll show you what a real woman can do.
The day the wall collapses, I'll think about your proposition.
Charming as usual.
Już niedługo.
So, what are you here for? Come to take your lost crows home? Walder brought in a new boy. I believe his name is Patrick. They're in the back. Do with them what you will. But no brawling in my establishment.
No, I'm not here for pleasure. I'm looking for a girl.
Then you're here for the same reason as everyone else. What is your pleasure? Fair hair? Brown hair? Dancers? A girl skilled with her tongue?
Tell me, Sybil, when was the last time a newcomer turned up at Molestown?
I don't know. Quite a while ago. Why?
Because I've heard that a girl recently arrived in town. A young woman fleeing.
What was she fleeing from?
The kind of danger that would force someone to hide out in a remote place like Molestown. Men who want to kill her at any cost, for instance.
And she meant to hide here until the world had forgotten about her?
That's right.
But what did she do?
I don't know. But I hope to find her before those other men do.
I would like to help you, but I'm afraid I've not seen your mystery girl. If a Southron girl had turned up, I think I would have known.
I never said she was Southron.
Oh, well, I just assumed that. Anyway, if you came here just to ask me foolish questions, I must request that you leave. I've a business to run.
Listen, Sybil. This girl is in considerable danger. I believe that the men chasing her may have been involved in the death of the King's Hand.
The King's Hand was assassinated? Mors, you must be joking.
When have you ever known me
Ja,
to be
wygląda jakby się
joking?
śmiał.
If these people were powerful enough to assassinate the King's Hand, it won't be difficult for them to track her here.
Well, what would you do if you found her?
The King's Hand wanted this girl protected. I'm here to make sure that happens. I'm sure I can protect her better than you and your girls can.
Very well. I know that you're a man of honor. I hope I don't regret this decision. The girl's name is Jane Greystone. She's been hiding here for some time.
I thank you for your trust, Sybil. Now, where is the girl?
She's in one of my rooms, downstairs. Go down the stairs, turn left. It's the last door on the right. But don't you dare hurt her.
Don't worry. I'm here to protect her. Thank you for your help.
Thank you for your service.
If you want to play come into my castle with me?
Nie, nikt nie chce się bawić w wejście do twojego zamku. No cóż to za przyjemny zapaszek. Zastanawiam się, czy się wybrać schodami, tak jak mówiła, czy tędy. O nie, musimy jednak iść tam. Sierściuch, do roboty. Dziwne. Wedle planu powinna być gdzieś tutaj, ale ja tu nikogo nie widzę.
The room is empty. It looks like she ran away from here.
The racket your man started in the village probably scared her away. Let's see what we can find. Her belongings are still in the room. She obviously left in a hurry. This trinket must be hers. Her perfume still clings to it. The trail is still fresh. It should be no problem finding her.
No, tak myślałem. Trop jest świeży. A więc będziemy musieli wykorzystać psiura. I zdobyliśmy, z tego co widzę, jeden z 7 posążków do naszej misji pobocznej. Matkę. Zbieg okoliczności. Przypadek. Nie sądzę. Co, ona wyszła do burdelu? Coś tak właśnie podejrzewałem, że tak będzie.
Safe here now. We ought to think about going to Winterfell, like your brother did.
Fresh fish, but your fish is rotten. Oh yeah? Well then, why don't you go buy some elsewhere, my friend? It's obvious you're not the one fishing all the...
What did I do to the seven to deserve such a husband?
Tu nie możemy przejść. O, ale tu możemy się dostać.
And who was that girl? Another one of your mistresses?
You're crazy. I don't even know her. She just ran past me like a mad shrew.
I see you always have a good excuse ready. What did I do to the seven to deserve such a husband?
Do 7? Myślałem, że tutaj wyznaje się starych bogów. Okej, no i weszliśmy, ale jak stąd wyjść? O.
And who was that girl? Another one of your mistresses.
Who wants fresh fish?
Nie, no to jest tam skąd przyszliśmy.
What did I do to the seven to deserve such a husband?
Tutaj nie ma żadnego przejścia.
And who was that girl? Another one of your mistresses.
You're crazy. I don't even know her. She just ran past me like a mad shrew.
Nie ma chyba innego wyjścia. To musimy się rozprawić z tym samodzielnie.
Maybe so, but your fish still ain't fresh.
But how did you lose it, you fool?
It's not my fault. My pockets are full of holes. Anyway, it shouldn't be too difficult to find. I'll search for it later.
What a fool. One day I'll get out of this shithole once and for all.
Ciekawe. Nasz kolega coś zgubił. Bardzo ciekawe. No, oczywiście nie możemy stąd wyjść normalnie.
Anyway, it shouldn't be too difficult to find. I'll search for it later.
What a fool. One day I'll get out of this shithole once and for all.
Treating her for the highborn folk first, then.
It's obvious you're not the one fishing all morning in the lake and freezing your rosy butt cheeks off.
Maybe so, but your fish still ain't fresh.
What a fool. One day I'll get out of this shithole once and for all. I thought today you won't find her. It's unavailable. Really?
Terrible. What the hell are the Night's Watch doing? We feed them and for what?
Nonsense. If the wildlings had crossed over, we'd know about it. There was fighting at Icemark, but they were pushed back.
Well, that's what they say. But what if they didn't get all? The girl came to hide in my house.
Any idea what had given her such a fright?
Not at all. But she's sweet as an angel.
What
I
happened
could
to
never
you, my
refuse
pretty?
her anything.
You're trembling like a leaf.
It's my father. He was going to...
Do what?
When he drinks, he often hits me.
That bastard.
Nie ma to jak przemoc domowa. Dzicy ludzie północy.
Those armed men from the south could be a real gift from the gods.
Wygląda na to, że znaleźliśmy naszą zgubę.
There you are at last, young lady. You couldn't get much further anyway.
Is that her?
Yes, there's no doubt about it. The trail leads right to her.
Who are you?
I am Morsa Westforda, a ranger of the Night's Watch. The King's Hand sent us to find you.
The Night's Watch? The last time I crossed paths with one of you, he tried to steal from me.
Huh.
You're the girl that craven deserter tried to steal from. He was no longer a brother of ours. He was a traitor to our order. And that was my dog that saved you from him back in the woods.
I thought I'd seen that animal before.
Enough. Sir Mors, you can leave us now. You have completed your mission and the Crown will show you its gratitude for this.
You aren't a member of the Night's Watch.
Indeed. This is Sir Godric Donnelly, Lord Arryn's emissary. He is responsible for your protection.
Come with me, Jane. I am here to take you to a safe place.
A safe place? I know Sir Donnelly. You don't look like him at all.
Stop with the games, little girl.
Go to hell, imposter!
Silence! Tell me, child. You say you know Sir Donnelly. Where and when did you last meet him?
At King's Landing, a little while before I left. It's because of him that I'm freezing up here. So yes, I do remember his face.
Be reasonable, Jane. Our Lord's last wishes were to take you to a safe place, which is exactly what I plan on doing.
Liar!
Something's rotten here. We'll return to Castle Black and figure out what to do.
I'm afraid not, Sir Westford. Do you intend on opposing my Lord's orders?
I know full well where my duty lies. This situation would not please the Lord Commander, and it doesn't please me either. Mormont will decide. This matter is closed.
Thank you, my lord.
I don't understand why you are being so stubborn, Sir Westford. I'm asking you one final time to allow me to leave with the girl. Return to the wall and report that your mission was a success.
My mission was to take this girl to safety. And I will.
Tomato,
you can plead your case
tomato.
to the Lord Commander.
Very well. I was hoping it wouldn't have to come to this, but you leave me no choice. I won't allow anyone to get in my way.
A więc zdrada. No to w takim razie Sir Roderika, czy kim on tam sobie jest, rozbroimy.
You are tougher than I imagined, Sir Westford, but you haven't heard the last of me. Bloodseekers, here! Kill the crow! Bring the girl back, dead or alive! I'll leave you to talk with my men. Resist if you will, but nothing will stop me from getting my hands on that girl.
Not as long as I live.
So be it.
Co za tchórz. No i pewnie będziemy musieli się napieprzać z całą armią tych skurwieli. No, tak podejrzewałem.
Thank you, my lord. If it weren't for you, I would no longer
No
be
nie było
alive.
to aż takie trudne, jak się
Follow me.
spodziewałem.
Let's get out of this midden heap quickly before we get trapped here. That imposter thinks he can hide, but I'll hunt him down.
Nasz Mors zdobył następny poziom z tego, co widzę. No, wreszcie mamy zdolność szybkiej naprawy, która pozwoli nam odzyskiwać zdrowie, przynajmniej minimum zdrowia, bez korzystania z napojów leczniczych. Co jest? A czemuż to nie mogę wybrać tej umiejętności? O, w mordę, potrzebuję dodatkowej ścieżki rozwiniętej. No cóż. Wybierzemy destabilizację, żeby nasz pies też mógł przerywać wrogie ataki. No i szczerze powiedziawszy, będzie nas czekała dosyć ciężka przeprawa w przedarciu się przez całe miasto Molestown w podziemiach. Ale tak sobie myślę, że w takim wypadku no to tą opcję zostawimy sobie na następny raz, bo musimy się do niej lepiej przygotować, żeby zima nie przyszła po Morsa raz na zawsze. W takim razie wyczekujcie następnego odcinka, wyczekujcie jego nadejścia w fale. Pamiętajcie, żebyśmy się trzymali dramy, to się nie posramy i pucujcie maciorę.
I wish you good fortune in the wars to come. And now it begins.
No. Now it ends.